Welcome back, everybody, to Rising Squid Land. We are coming to you with our very exciting match between Some Deaths and 9 Team. My name is Bio, and I'm joined here by Safe, and we are going to be delivering you a great day here in the Netherlands.
Hi, what's up, everybody? I hope you're all very excited to be here, because we sure are very excited to be here.
No, yeah, definitely, and things are starting to heat up here. And yeah, things are starting to definitely heat up here as we move into our next match. We did have some technical difficulties a bit earlier in this stream, but they are all resolved now, and we're getting ready for Some Deaths versus 9 Team. Now, what can you tell me about these two teams? Because I know you definitely about Some Deaths.
Sure, if I will be able to tell you a lot, but I can say that I met some of the team members on the way here from 9 Team, so
Oh.
that's all I know. So I wish them some good luck. What do you know about Some Deaths?
Well, Some Deaths is essentially a variation of Zero Deaths. It's a top-level European team, and it has some notable players on it, such as Toyobin, Storm, etc. So they are definitely a very formidable team. It is going to take 9 teams a lot of effort to be able to come out on top, but I think they definitely have a chance. A lot of things can go different here in a LAN environment. A lot of teams aren't used to not only the lack of latency, but also just the overall different feel of the game when you're on a wired connection. So that could definitely play a factor in the result of this match.
Yeah, there's definitely a factor in there in real life. You got the Neros playing. It definitely feels a lot different than online, and as you said, the latency. So let's see how both of them do. Hello, everybody. I hope you can hear me correctly now. I'm literally eating a microphone, so let me know if it works out or not.
Yeah, we are right here in front of the microphone.
I can say that I can definitely hear you.
Oh no, for sure. I could hear my voice resounding throughout the venue. That's how close I am to the microphone. but yeah, we're definitely excited here as we're moving to our next match.
Currently, we are just waiting for both of the teams to get ready so we can jump into the game as soon as they are done.
No, yeah, for sure. And of course, in a LAN environment, you know. After a literal switcheroo, we have now switched chairs, and since we are still trying to figure out how these microphones work with our respective voices, but rest assured, I think we should be ready now. Again.
What? Okay, let me know if you guys can hear me or not. We, just like I said, we literally switched places. Switch chairs, switch microphones. Oh. Oh, okay. It seems we know what's up. There's only one microphone working.
Oh, yeah, that's why it was in the middle. Okay.
Oh God. Okay.
By the way, you can see ice and you can see when the game starts stop because you can
Ah. Okay.
All right, perfect.
Good luck.
We're gonna get very cozy in here because there's. What up? We're waiting for both teams to get ready still. You can see a couple players getting ready in the waiting room right now as they are also setting up all their audio and in-game weapons and everything ready.
Yeah, but we are finally going to come in here. Some Deaths versus 9 team. Best of 3 sets starting on Tower Control Inkblot Art Academy. This is definitely a classic in competitive play. We see this a lot. It is definitely favored by the community. Just, I would say, a mix of nostalgia mixed with a bit of just how the map is kind of comfortable to play on a lot of times. It definitely has its flaws, but it's definitely a comfortable, fallback for a lot of teams since this map has just been a staple for the series all the way since Splatoon 2. But in terms of what competition we might see here, especially since you've already met some of the members on 9 team, say, what do you think we might be seeing here?
I can't say that I know much about the skill level of 9 team. So as you told me, Some Deaths has some very strong players. So mostly, I am just very excited to see what they're gonna play against them.
Oh no, yeah, for sure. And Some Deaths is most likely going to pull out some very staple weapons. I'm expecting a Splash-O-Matic. I'm expecting a ballpoint, especially since Storm is a very notable European ballpoint and just overall Splatling player. And on the side of 9 team, I would expect very similar things as well. Maybe not the ballpoint, but definitely some of the more popular picks, such as Splash-O-Matic, maybe some other shooters, just 52 if they want to get some more aggressive potential. And that's honestly what's going to that's just going to depend on what they want to try and play Inkblot to. So, for example, they might pull out a Slosher if they want to play more around the ledges of the map, or they might go for a more special-oriented support composition if they want to play more off the tower special advantage, which is quite potent on this mode.
I'm quite wondering if we're going to see some new weapons, because as we know, the new season just came in with some new weapons. So as we know, the meta is very, very new. And just as we say that, oh, I thought we were going to jump right in. Audience, hello, what's up? I hope you're all having a great time.
Oh yeah, definitely, because I can tell you, we definitely are. And man, this is, being in a LAN environment is definitely a great experience right now.
Yeah, I must say, this is a really nice place, and the setup and everything is so nice, and it does help with the general vibe of the venue and everyone's excitement for the matches. It's just fantastic to be here in general.
Yeah, and on top of that, the fact that this LAN event doesn't really need a very big venue, it's just a very cozy spot. But regardless, let's put that aside. We're moving into our first match, 0 Deaths versus 9 team, and we're looking at Some Deaths coming out with what I told you, a ballpoint, but we're looking at a Carbon Roller Deco. Akami is a very well-known one-trick of the weapon, while 9 team is looking with a ballpoint, Splash Machine, and a Tri-Nouveau. This is the Slosher comp that I was telling you about.
Exactly, as you were saying. And just as you're saying that, we see the roller here getting a kill immediately, and Some Deaths getting a big lead right at the start. As you said, also the comps are pretty similar, I must say. Both of them having the bow point. It's very strong here.
No, yeah, definitely. And we're seeing Some Deaths play a really aggressive game here, doing a great job of playing around that tower special advantage. You can just see how they are keeping 9 teams back, and just points are ticking down very quickly. They keep getting specials and specials, and 9 team goes 2 down. Some Deaths do see their machine go down, but it might not just be enough. Elia goes down 7-6-5. That might be a guaranteed knockout as Toyobin on the tower, and that is going to be a very swift and decisive game 1 going towards Some Deaths.
Yeah, there was not even that much we could see. Just Some Deaths playing very aggressive. It's working out perfectly for them. They're getting all the picks that they want, and they're going from 100 to 0, getting that win immediately.
Oh no, yeah, for sure. And honestly, I do like the dynamic that we're seeing between some of their weapons. We don't see Splattershot Jr. a lot anymore. It may have just been a pick, a specific pick for this mode, Tower Control, which Bubble is notoriously good on. But we have seen Toyobin be a little bit more interested in some of these support picks outside of Splash-O-Matic that have been a little bit abandoned ever since Splash's rise to the top of the meta. And I think he's very, very happy about testing it out in this LAN environment, and it's definitely working out very well. Doing a great job of opening some space for the Carbon Roller Deco to move in and get the picks that it needs to actually be an effective member.
And as you said, right now we're also moving immediately into the sort of next nostalgia pick, with this map also being a map from Splatoon 2. And if people have been playing from that game that long already, we know that they are very experienced in this.
Oh yeah, for sure. Manta Maria Splat Zones is a classic. Everyone knows the infamous lockouts from Splatoon 2, which, in my opinion, have only gotten worse since this map has been ported to Splatoon 3, just due to the slight map redesign that may cause these two teams to have a little bit more difficulty moving back into the zone when they are in disadvantage. Now, we did see 9 Team come out with a double slosher composition. On Inkblot Art Academy, it would have worked out pretty well, but I think here on Manta Maria, it might be honestly better just due to how much elevation there is.
Definitely.
I think they can definitely do well with it. But outside of that, do you think these two teams will stick with some of the picks they've been showing, such as Ballpoint?
I think Bellpoint is definitely still strong, especially the players who are comfortable with it. It has decent range, so you can get picks from both sides. You can get from the top and the bottom. And aside from that, it can also paint pretty well. Maybe, as I said earlier, the Junior might be a changed pick, as that is just a very strong weapon on tower control with the Bubbler. I don't see that played very often on zones, I must say, so we shall see what the changes will be and what the players are comfortable with themselves.
No, for sure. But what we can definitely count on is seeing Okami come out with the Carbon Roller Deco. Like I mentioned at the very beginning of Game 1, they're a notable Carbon one trick. So that is definitely a weapon that we will see some deaths come out with and play around, which I think might be a good call since this map is very, like I said, it's good elevation, it has good sharking spots, which is what Carbon Roller really wants to be able to thrive.
And honestly, if you feel comfortable with the weapon and you know that you're great with it, why should you switch? Why should you change?
No, especially how we saw just Okami tear it down in Game 1, Inkblot Art Academy just going unchecked, getting pick after pick, and I think they might feel even more comfortable here. It is a zones map, which is not ideal for Carbon Roller, but I think it might not just matter since Okami is doing a great job of getting a lot of picks in quick succession, which 9 Team is really struggling to deal with.
Yeah, if we're gonna look at the same kind of matchup again, then we're definitely gonna see some great picks from it.
No, yeah, for sure. We're just waiting on the teams right now. We're waiting for them to set up their weapons, set up their players, etc. So sorry for the slight delay, folks, but it is coming along quite nicely. But regardless, let's talk a little bit about the LAN event. So, since of course a lot of you can't see the venue outside of the periodic crowd camera. This is, like I mentioned, it's a very cozy place.
It's a very cozy place, yes.
Yeah, it's not, the best part in my opinion is that it's not only esports oriented. It also has some nice. It obviously it has a lot of computers. It has a lot of Ethernet cables. It has a lot of stations.
It has a lot of internet
Well,
cables.
yes, it does.
That's right.
But it also has a lot of other attractions, such as it has pool tables. It has darts. It has an open bar, which is very, very nice. And actually, coming in here, we see some very interesting counter picks coming out on both sides. Some deaths coming out with the Brush Tetra. Very interesting combination. While 9 Team comes out with the 52 Squeezer Explosher. That's a double wall composition that I was not expecting.
I definitely like the, just as I said that, I was gonna say I really like the Explosion pick, but they got immediately picked up. I'm quite curious as to how this brush is gonna work out, I must say, because they have to get very close and aggressive. And just as they say that, they gotta pick out trade.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I mean, yeah, two people are down on the side of some deaths. But honestly, this triple Slayer composition, no dedicated supports on the side of some deaths, is giving them a lot of room to be extremely aggressive. All 4 weapons can fight really, really well, which makes it very difficult for 9 to actually space them out. But regardless, it is only Storm alive. That's 3 down the side of some deaths. But 9 Team are really struggling to actually finish off that last pick. Even though they did manage to pick Storm, jumps came out, Toyobin coming in, Promano coming in, and stalling out a little bit longer. 9 team do manage to flip the zone, but I'm not sure that's the whole 44 points remaining. That's going to be very difficult for 9 team to come back from. And just as I say, they get a clean pick onto Storm with the Tri-Zuka.
Some Deaths feels very comfortable here with their picks being aggressive. They know it worked out for them last time, so they're just gonna try it again and maybe even more. But it seems to be not as even as the last match, because this time 19 is definitely getting some strong picks here. And the match is definitely not over yet.
No, yeah, for sure. We're seeing 19 try to deal with what I was talking about earlier, this difficult way back into mid. We're seeing them try to pace it with the tactical, but there's a brush behind them. They do manage to get the pick, but it does trade with the Explosher. That's going to be very difficult. So tries to come out. It needs to come up big here. Elliot trying to get the pick. Not quite, though. Unfortunately, Romano manages to stay alive and get the pick. Stalls out 19's aggressive push a little bit longer. Gets another. And Sundance is doing a great job of dealing with 19's aggression. I mean, sure, they have the cooler, but they say, no, we don't care. We'll just pick you and pick you again, no matter the respawn time you have or lack thereof. And Romano,
even more aggressive.
yeah, and we just saw Romano go so deep in there, get pick after pick, stall out 19, draw their aggression away from zone, and that is going to be 2-0 in the favor of Some Deaths.
This went very quickly and very fast, and this makes this the first win, full win for Some Deaths on this day.
No, for sure. And honestly, I'm a big fan of how Some Deaths, and we see the fist bump coming out. Very great feature that everyone loves from this new season, so it's great that we're seeing it here on stream. And yeah, as I was saying, Some Deaths really played that really well. I especially like their composition on the second map. That triple Slayer backline flex just gives them, like I said, so much space, so much aggressive potential. And we really saw them take it to the limit against 19, just constantly playing aggressively, constantly taking their flank angles, pushing forward, just getting behind them. And that was really difficult for 19 to deal with.
19 should still definitely be proud of themselves, because they got some really strong picks off on Some Deaths, and they didn't go down without a fight. And I am excited to see, very excited to see what they will continue doing on this day and in future matches and tournaments.
But yeah, and so without further ado, after that set, we're going to be taking a small break as we set up the next 2 teams. So we will be right back, folks. Stay tuned. You do not want to miss this.